right, guys, we're back for another episode of Five for Talking. I'm here with your boy Bargo. It's me, Campo. This is our first episode in a while. We've been doing a lot of YouTube projects, so we're just going to jump back in from where we left off and try and review everything we can. As you notice, Caps is not here still. Don't worry, he's not gone. He'll be back, and let's just get into it. What do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about this little Leaf run.
Little Leaf run, 8-2.
8-2.
8-2.
Heard on the radio, Mans is worried. Fans is worried.
Who's the fans, man?
Don't know why. Should the Leafs be worried? Should the fan base of Toronto be worried?
Why?
I don't know. People was just talking.
People was talking?
Talking about people.
Like, the difference... Okay, if you look at the standings right now, whatever date we're on, okay, it goes Tampa Bay, Boston, Toronto, then all 8 of the teams from the Metropolitan, and then the rest of the Atlantic, which is so... The Leafs, no matter what happens at this point, it's almost impossible for the Leafs to lose a playoff spot. It's also almost a guarantee that we're playing Boston in the first round. Unless somehow Boston passes Tampa Bay, which we're going to face Tampa Bay. So, and that could suck because with the way the wild cards are breaking down, if somehow Columbus, or which is not that big of a threat this year, but Columbus or Pittsburgh ends up in the wild card, then they're going to be in our division as well. So it sucks for the Leafs.
I don't know. They got to make it out of the first round. They're already looking at 2 tough matchups. It's already going to be tough. Either one you face, it's going to be like a game 6.
Yeah, but
like if they win games.
It's going to be a game 6 anyways. It's hockey playoffs. It's like basketball. Everyone always says, oh, the Raptors suck when it comes to playoffs. And yes, okay, they do fall apart. But it's playoffs. Do you not expect it to go to game 7 every single series? That's how the playoffs should be. And that's why hockey's so good. That's why I want to watch hockey. All those series that go 7 games, that's like a brutal, like everyone's dead after the
one series.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's nice to close them out in 4, but...
Well, I want the Leafs to do that, but I don't expect it to happen. If there's going to be one team that's closing anybody out in 4 games, it's going to be Tampa Bay.
That's if they keep lighting the lamps. Definitely.
Did you see that Vasilevsky save?
Dirts McGirts.
He literally tried to do that, though. That's the worst part of it.
Yeah.
Like, people are talking so much crap about it, but, like, you could see he reached his arm around to try and catch the puck.
I've seen that save before. Like, I've seen it happen before.
But that was, like, the best possible angle to catch the shot of it, too.
No, it was perfect. It was good, too, because he had a body in front. He was so
And it was on Kopitar, so it makes it a little better, you know?
Yeah. What about Matthews' goal last night? Top Jets?
I tried watching it. I couldn't get a good enough view to actually see him take the shot. Like, don't show me because we don't have rights to it.
I'm not going to show it on the thing, but I'll show you.
When I kept watching it over and over and over, I couldn't make out the shot. I could see the whole play, but then the puck just was in the net, and I was like, okay. You can't play that, yeah. Oh, there you go, nice and slow-mo. Yeah, they still doesn't catch it, see what I mean? Like, I didn't see it in slow motion like that, but...
There goes the roof show.
The shot is so fast that you can't even see it go in.
Perfectly placed. Power.
Anyways, that's probably going to get cut out, so... okay, so let's talk about some other things. So we got the Leaf, that thing out of the way. We'll get more into Leafs in a bit. Columbus has sort of fallen off. In previous to the last game, I think was Saturday or Friday, they went 11 games with only scoring 11 goals.
Yeah, I know, and they had one win in shootout. OT. I forget what it is. They've been winning their games in OT, not in regulation.
All their games have been 0-0 or 1-1 because they haven't scored any goals. 11 goals in 11 games is crazy.
I like to see Columbus and New York do a little wheel and deal. Put Rick Nash back in Columbus. Try to give something to New York.
There's potential. He said already that he cut out 16 teams or something like that on his no trade clause.
That he was one. Okay.
And he said that his number one thing that his priority is to go to a Canadian team that's already making the playoffs. And right now there's who? Toronto, and Calgary, Winnipeg.
Yeah.
So that's it. There's not much options there for which team he's going to. He said that's the number one priority that he wants is to go to a Canadian team in the playoffs.
That's gonna be rough.
He's not going to the Leafs.
I hope not.
Unless they're gonna willing to accept a small package, because the Leafs, they already said they're not getting rid of Van Riemsdyk no matter what. He's not on the trading block. So you know what I mean. And then like most of the prospects are gonna be locked up. I don't know. We'll see how that goes, because Bobrovsky is a really good goalie.
Yeah, he is.
So like it's not.
You think it's Tortorella?
I just think the offense needs to turn it up. Tortorella has a history of having one good season on a team and then never having another good season.
That's exactly why I'm asking.
We'll see. But yeah, stay Western, or we're in the Eastern Conference. So what about Edmonton?
It is what it is. Like if I was them, like it is what it is. Just keep playing the rest of the season. See how you can do. That's all I would say.
Like I've been ripping them apart, and it's for good measure, because all we've seen, every episode we've done and progressed, they've not gotten better.
No, it's okay. It's like it's a weird rebuild because you don't have many pieces to move.
You have nothing to move.
But you have a superstar. It's like Ottawa. It's like Ottawa in the same sense, where like you have a superstar in Carlson. You have great players built around him, but they're still losing.
But it's more okay.
Like, do you need
it's
to
opposite?
Like, how do you
Ottawa
rebuild
has
that?
Ottawa has so many pieces they can move.
I know
They have so many pieces they
But
could
like
turn
that's
into
a team
draft
that you would
picks.
want. That's a team that you would want. Every player on that team.
Yeah, I agree
You know what I
with
mean?
that.
Like, what's the issue?
The thing with them, they remind me of Pittsburgh when they first got Crosby, because they were a hopeless team that just had one good player with nothing else to give him. And then Lemieux came back and helped, and then they got Malkin, and it kind of just all worked out in the end, right? But like they were, for like 6 or 7 years, they were hopeless. You know who's in a position like that right now? That they're not bad, but it's gonna happen, is the Islanders. Because they don't have any pieces you can move, because you're not going to want to trade Tavares or Barzal or the other guy too. They're not going to trade him Bailey. Maybe Brock Nelson is your only option, and I doubt that they're going to even try to move him, because you're not going to get enough.
Yeah, it's also like Vancouver too.
Oh, Vancouver's in a horrible position.
They are, because you have one good player. Like no offense to the Sedin brothers, but like the way the NHL is trending right now, the older you are, the less you're helping your team.
It's not okay. Let's hold on. I agree with you, but I don't, because it's not the older you are, it's the slower you are.
Yeah,
because
okay.
Marlowe can still keep up with the pace of nowadays game. He also has a defensive ability. He can also still shoot. The Sedins are slow as fuck. They are so slow that it's crazy. Not to mention, who did you add on a contract for some god-awful reason? Louis Eriksson, who's slow as hell and old. Then who did you pick up in the offseason? Thomas Vanek, who's slow as hell and old. Like, sure, they could still pass and shoot, but when you can't keep up with this pace, you're not going anywhere. The defensemen are so fast now. Who are you skating by if you're Daniel Sedin and you're going 10 kilometers an hour?
Roman Polak.
Yes, that's true. I am Polak.
Yeah. I have a question about that. Never mind the Polacks. Dermott.
He's legit.
I've been saying that. Like, I don't understand why you keep playing people like Polak, and who's the other old guy we have? I think that's it, basically.
Okay, so we'll swing back into Leafs right now.
Yeah.
Because
so I don't know why, like, after even Hall, like, let him play a goal a game, 2 games.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm not disagreeing. I would let Hall play. The difference, the problem with Hall is I don't know what guaranteed. We can look this up, but I'm pretty sure he's like 29.
No, he's an older player. He's been on the Marlies for a long time.
The problem with that is, obviously, you're not gonna. It's the NHL. It's not a video game, so you don't care about potential, right? You just want to play.
Hall's a guy that I would switch in and out of the lineup.
Hall's a guy I would let him play and see where he can take it, and then once his stock is fully heightened, you trade him.
Yeah, I'm down with that too.
Okay, the Polak, I don't understand. Mike Babcock boggles my mind with his nonsense. And
Kapanen, like, these guys are healthy scratching him. The guy plays good. Like
Kapanen's back in the lineup.
Full time?
Yeah, as far as I can see, yeah, and he's been doing well. But but this is the thing. Sometimes I don't know if it's Mike Babcock doing it on purpose to give these guys the confidence to try and build. Because I know he does have favorites, and it's really sad like that, because he'll play his favorite guy even if he doesn't do anything for 10 games. He'll still keep playing him because he's his favorite.
Yeah, I know, but then he'll drop other players to the fourth line or scratch them.
And it's nonsense. It's literally nonsense. And the thing that I hate the most is the way that he is with Polak, because Polak sucks. If I'm the Leafs right now in this position, you bring Hall up to be your backup guy, and you throw Polak in any deal you can just as to sweeten a deal to get another team to make a trade with you.
Yeah, like another good idea too would be like showcase Hall for a little bit,
Yeah.
trade him, put Polak in the mix, and try to pick up a decent defenseman.
And that's what I'm saying, because you have Carrick is playing good. I like Carrick. I
He's
don't
a
care.
hardworking player. That's what
I like
about him.
Carrick. Gardner stays. Riley stays. Hainsey stays for now. So
Yeah.
that's 4.
Mm-hmm.
Dermott gets a spot. And then for me, the other spot is either Hall or who's the Swedish guy? 55.
Borgman. I would rather play Borgman than the other guys.
And you keep Hall as your backup. You know what I mean? And then worst case scenario, you have Marincin in the fucking wheelbarrow house to bring up, because at least he has experience, even though he sucks. But like, I don't know. You're in an awkward position right now for defensemen. And to be honest with you, they're on a run right now, and they do this when they're on a run. Anderson has been standing on his head no matter what position they're playing, good or bad. He's always been good. He's never bad. Okay.
So we struggle. on our end.
McElhinney's even been playing good.
So we struggle in our own end. Though.
Exactly. Even when we play really good, look at the scores. We win 6-3 or 7-5. Like they're still scoring large goals on us. We're just scoring so many goals it's unstoppable.
But I'd rather be like that than be like a team that can't score.
I
at
don't.
all.
That's what I'm saying. But in the playoffs, you can't play like that. We proved that by watching Edmonton last year, a team that was lights out, speed, goal scoring every game, and then they came and they faced those tough teams like Nashville and whatever.
But you got to
was it,
remember
Anaheim,
they
and
did
they
pretty
couldn't.
well. Like McDavid, Draisaitl,
Yes, but
and Talbot were their playoff
You
run.
had no chance of making the finals with the way they were playing. And if they did, you think they were going to beat Pittsburgh if Nashville couldn't beat Pittsburgh? Nashville beat Anaheim.
No. Who did Edmonton face?
I believe it was Anaheim.
Yeah.
And Getzlaff literally shut them down.
Yeah.
Because Getzlaff is that Eric Lindros, the big body that could score, that can move the
Playmaker.
puck. He can handle the puck. He can
Yeah.
he can play defense. He can hit.
I feel bad for Anaheim this year.
I still think they have a good shot at making the playoffs. They're one of my underdog teams. Like they were picked
If
by
they stay healthy.
They were
yeah.
picked by Vegas odds at the beginning of the year and the Writers Guild or whatever as the team that would be first in the NHL at the end of the regular season President's Trophy.
Yeah, I wonder who picked Las Vegas.
Nobody.
Because he'll be making money.
Listen, Vegas is Vegas. They're doing great. You were a team that built your entire team around the idea that at trade deadline you were going to dump and pick up prospects. That's how they were built. But now they're winning.
They're in a position where teams will offer them things.
Yes. So, but now you have two options. You either trade away your future guys to get guys to win now this year, and then you're going to go forever as a crap team, or you stay with your plan of trading away guys to pick up young guys and just take your shot in the playoffs as best. And then the last option is you stay with the team you have, but going forward into the future, all those old guys are going to leave your team or retire or not re-sign, and then you're screwed.
I would go round 3 because they're loaded with draft picks. I would go option 3.
Yes, they are
Maintain
loaded
the
with
team
draft
you
picks,
have,
but none of
continue
them
to
are
win.
good draft picks. They're all 4th rounders and 5th rounders. Like when the Leafs were loaded, they had 1st, 2nd, 3rd rounders. This team is loaded up with like back end.
That's
draft
fine.
picks.
Look at the players that are getting drafted in those late rounds too, though. There's some.
If
there's
I'm
some
then you
diamonds
take
in
your
the
run
rough.
at it, and then at the draft you try to make trades for picks.
Like if they're a team right now and they're going to maintain this and make the playoffs every year and lose your old players and bring up your young players that you have, which they do have, just roll with it.
All right, so staying on that, let's go trade deadline. First of all, I want to talk the Leafs, which obviously, and this is from what I've heard, radio, TV, reading, the Leafs players that they're offering up the most, okay? They set Soshnikov, Martin, Bozak, Rosen, Reichel, and Levo are like the main people that they're saying any one of these guys you can have them if you offer us a trade.
Okay. Right off the bat, I'd say Bozak, but you need a center for him, like someone who can win draws.
Yeah, but you know what's going to happen? As soon as that happens, Gauthier is going to come in. Oh, and sorry, Moore was on that. Dominic Moore is on their list.
I'm fine with basically all those other guys leaving. I'd like to keep Shoshnikov and Levo. Borgman. Do you say Borgman?
No, Rosen.
I don't even know who Rosen is.
The other Swedish guy that we signed.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm okay with him leaving too. I would just want to keep Shoshnikov, Levo. Bozak, I would try to trade him, free up some cap
Levo
space,
is gone.
and get a center.
No matter what happens, even if it's for a 30th round pick that doesn't exist, Levo's gone at the trade deadline. He wants to play, and Mike Babcock does not like him. And there's no one on the team that you can take out right now to put Levo in to make it better because Martin's already not playing. There's already like, the players that we were like, oh, we need, if I'm me, you put Soshnikov in.
Take out Martin.
You play Soshnikov, Moore, and Kapanen as the last line. And that's my last line, personally.
I would put Gauthier over Moore. Because you got that
okay,
AHL
yeah,
chemistry.
whatever. You know what I mean, right? The center is interchangeable, but I would keep Moore in case you need him in the playoffs because he does have experience and he can win faceoffs. And
no, that's fine. Moore's not
Gauthier
bad.
is not good at winning
faceoffs
faceoffs
too. His contract's soft. Moore, you could eat that.
You just
But Bozak's a good person to get rid of to replace with a solid
Levo, Bozak. And I love Bozak. I don't want Bozak to get traded, but I'm saying right now, if you want to get something good, if you can find a team that will take like Levo, Bozak, and like a throw-in of like Kirby Reichel or something, you could actually get something good for that. Like a team will give you a good player.
Yeah,
because Reichel and Levo are both young still.
Yeah.
And Bozak is like a decent center for a couple years on a team.
I heard them talking about Chicago today and talking about trades. Like, what do they have to offer? The Taves contract is huge. Not a lot of teams are going to eat that up. Patrick Kane's not going anywhere. Like, things like that. Like, Taves would be a good center to wheel and deal and trade like half the guys for.
I was going to talk about Chicago, so we can keep this. They've lost 5 in a row now. They're playing like crap. They played like crap all season. Another team I've been calling out since day one. I'd also just like to say something.
You're wearing a Chicago hat?
No. Most of the calls that all of us have made this year have stayed true. And I would like to just give Caps credit for saying that Dermott deserved a shot. And when he got it, he proved it.
What, on the Leafs?
Yeah, remember, that's all he talked about, Dermott.
Yeah.
Let Dermott play, let Dermott play. And he got to play. So Caps has been right this whole time. And the whole time, I'm like, I don't even know who Dermott is. I don't give a shit about Dermott.
They're to talk Chicago. I'm like thinking of a player.
Okay, no, I just wanted to come out. I just wanted to come out and say that. But Chicago, you have nothing you can move because even if you do make those moves, you're not trading Taves and Kane no matter what.
The only thing
no one wants Saad.
The only thing that I'd say that they have available to move is Keith or Seabrook.
I would say Seabrook and not Keith because their core 3 are not going anywhere. Chicago is stubborn. If you're moving people, these are my options for Chicago.
And Crawford hasn't been healthy, though.
Crawford can go because he's not even a good goalie. I've been saying this since last season.
He hasn't even played this
I don't even think Crawford is a legit goalie. He's just a goalie that played on a bad team. You want to know the difference between him and a legit goalie? A legit goalie is Craig Anderson, a guy who's trying his hardest, doing his best on a team that sucked for years, and you still showed you were good. You know what I mean? If you put Crawford in that position on a bad team, he would not win games. Period.
Okay, I don't think he's like that. I don't think he's like that bad.
He's a bottom 10 starting goalie.
He's a starting goalie.
Yeah, he's a bottom 10, so he's not a top 20. He's like 23 to 32.
Guy has 3 Stanley Cups.
Or 31.
Man. What is it? 2 or 3 Stanley Cups?
3 Stanley Cups. And he had his moments, right? But every goalie's going to have their moments. Like, there's goalies who won, like Niemi, won the championship and then disappeared off the face of the earth.
Look at Ottawa now. You're talking about Craig Anderson.
Yeah, but Craig Anderson's still playing really well. It's the team.
I think right now in the NHL, Ottawa's the best team on paper.
I've said that since last year. After the trade deadline moves, they were stacked. I can't explain it. But it's the same thing we could say about Edmonton. What's going on in Edmonton?
Edmonton's trash.
Yeah, Ottawa's playing like trash too.
You have 2 good players on Edmonton.
That's true.
Ottawa has like 3 good lines.
That's true, and they're very solid defensively.
Like, what is going on? You're talking about their goalie being great too. What the hell is going on in Ottawa?
I don't know. And they even have a decent backup goalie with Condon.
Carlson is not playing the same.
He's playing great.
He's not playing the same.
Look at his stats. He's like not playing. He has like 5 less points a game played.
He's getting caught on the offensive end.
Defensively, he's not playing well.
He's not playing well.
Defensively, he's not playing well.
He's losing puck battle. Like, I saw it last night. Like, he lost the puck battle to the Marleau empty net goal.
I agree with that. Defensively, he's not playing well.
What is going on there, man?
I don't know.
Okay, continue with the trades. Let's just jump right into Ottawa.
Okay, no, well, first of all, hold on. What were we talking about? Chicago. I don't know how we got to Ottawa. Anyway, Chicago has nothing. No one's taking anything from Chicago. Sad is sad.
Is it Nisimov in Chicago or is he in Columbus?
But I'm pretty sure he left Chicago. I'm pretty sure they got rid of him.
I think he's in Columbus.
No,
or New York.
Panarin is in Columbus.
New York.
No, he's not in New York. I don't know where he is. Who cares? He's not. He's an irrelevant player.
Okay.
He's the type of player that's relevant on a team that's a Stanley Cup winning team. You make a little bit of a difference on a no name like team that's falling apart. By the way, the Rangers are gonna blow up. They're blowing it up. So
how do you know?
They said it. They basically said on the newspaper. They wrote a letter. They penned a letter for the fans, and it's basically like what Babcock said. Like, get ready for the pain. We're blowing it up. Except Zuccarello, apparently. Zuccarello is staying.
He's one guy to blow up.
And he's pretty good. Anyways,
He's a
so
wheelhouse,
go. You
that's
want to
about it.
Ottawa me. Let's go.
I said, talk to me about some trades.
Talk to me about some Ottawa.
Tell me about some Ottawa trades.
They're saying Hoffman. I want to call him Matt Hoffman because of the BMX guy, but his name is Mike Hoffman.
I would keep him.
That he's a guy that they're saying is going to get traded. Stone and Carlson are their keepers, and Shabbat.
Are they going to be able to afford these players?
No.
So someone has to go.
Listen.
You want to know who I say?
You know who's not going to go?
Burrows?
Yeah.
What a garbage player.
He's
garbage, man.
Do you know that what he did, that whole thing with Taylor Hall?
Yeah.
He is a guy who spent his whole career becoming a more legitimate person. Like, he started off as like an idiot. And he became more legit, and then he became an advocate for NHL safety. Like, he's one of the head guys of the NHL safety.
He's like he's literally a turd. I heard them talk. A player was talking on the radio, playing with him, saying the chirps he used to do to the other teams, talking about a guy whose brother committed suicide, saying, yeah, good thing he did and shit like that. He's literally a turd. Like, he's a piece of trash.
But he turned it around after, like, his first couple years. But I'm saying he became an advocate of safety. And then you're going to go out there and start kneeing people in the head. And those are, like, drop kick knees in the head.
No, there's no space for that in the NHL, man. That needs to go. That guy needs to go.
The days of Sean Avery's are done. Little bitches who cheap shot you, Brad Marchand, and then run away when it's time to fight.
Yeah, Brad Marchand's on the cusp of that, though.
I think, honest to God, he's a really good player, but I can't stand him, and something needs to be done. The fact that they suspended him, I'm happy with that. He deserved what he got, but at the same time, it's like, at what point do you say, you've done this 37 times now, you're out of the NHL forever? It's like a job. You don't just keep screwing up. NHL is your job. You can't just keep screwing up and keep your job forever. Eventually, especially when you're fighting people, like, in that sense, like, you're...
And he's going to be a player that's going to get paid, Brad Marchand.
Oh, yeah. He's never going to leave Boston either. Boston is the home of trash when it comes to sports.
The pest.
When it comes to sports, that is, like, between them and Philadelphia, like, from the things I've heard, I always, hockey-wise, I know that the fans in Philadelphia are, like, a bit messed up. But... after listening to people who are born and raised in Philadelphia, sports athletes like Elvin Williams and Kyle Lowry talk about how they didn't even want to go stay for the celebration for Philadelphia because those fans are insane and they have no place in sports. Like, for your own people to say that is messed up.
Yeah. I don't know. The Philadelphia Flyers look pretty good this year.
Yeah, they're decent, and they have a solid team. They built solid lines. They're not going to make moves. I don't think so.
No, I would hold on to... Like, Simmons is a quality player I would probably never let go. Giroux is a guy I would never let go. Who else do they have?
Did you say Simmons?
No.
Simmons. They're going to keep
I said Simmons.
Kocheni or whatever.
Yeah.
The rookie. They're going to keep... Like, their main people are not...
Patrick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna stay with that team. And you know what's funny? We were packing those Kosenis or whatever, Kocheni, whatever the hell his name is.
Konecki.
Is that it?
Konecki.
Yeah, and talking about,
Konecki.
oh, this is so crap. I don't want this card. And apparently he's, like, amazing. So
Yeah. I have a couple of those rookie cards.
yeah, it's like what we thought about when we kept hitting the guy who got traded to Tampa Bay from Montreal.
Sergachev.
We don't want this trash. Like, I'm so happy.
I knew in the offseason he was
so
good.
happy I have
though. I found out in
so
the
many of
offseason he was
those.
good.
I have a stack of Sergachevs.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so back to Ottawa.
Duchesne?
No, they're not
Gone.
trading Duchesne. They
Gone.
just got him.
Gone.
If you're a general
Gone.
manager with any kind of pride, you're not going to trade away a guy you just got because you're going to look like an idiot.
You already look like an idiot.
Yeah, you
have,
do.
one of the
He's
best
playing
teams in
okay
the
right
NHL.
now, though.
He's playing all right, yeah.
Yeah, but
Look how well Ottawa's
over the
playing.
last 2 years, we've realized that Duchesne is not a star on a team. He's a second line center.
He's a star on a team if you put him on a team like Vancouver.
He's a really good second line center. Like, you were not going to be better than McKinnon.
Put that guy in Arizona.
McKinnon's
and he'll be a
potential
star.
is through the roof.
Put Duchesne in Arizona, he'll be a star. You want to know why? Because Arizona will continue to lose, and he'll still get points.
Yeah, but that's like the way he plays. He doesn't play for a team. Okay, side note on him. Okay, so Hoffman is probably going to go. I don't think they should, but that would be a great pickup for the Leafs. They're not going to get him. But so you got that. Who else do they have? Brassard. Brassard will probably be gone before the trade deadline.
Brassard's a guy I'm okay with parting ways with. Probably try to hold on to him though.
Yeah.
That's about it, man. Dion Phaneuf, I'd be happy to part ways with. The contract is ridiculous.
You can't move him. He's non-movable.
Yeah, I know.
That contract is too much.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, anyways, Montreal is done. Trade deadline wise, I don't see them. They don't even have anything to move.
Okay, I talked about a couple, maybe even last season. I talked about that PK Subban and Shea Weber trade. What they lost, Montreal, compared to what
Yeah, I get
Nashville
it.
lost. If they had Subban, they wouldn't be in this position.
Yeah, they also still wouldn't be in the playoffs.
But they would be doing a lot better.
If Nashville had Shea Weber, I don't think any would have
Carey
made any
Price
difference.
would be playing better. Like they were like a
I don't
better
s-
relationship.
I
He
don't
was a locker
see-
room guy. He was like a voice.
Yes, he's also a person. If you listen to what the Montreal players said, nobody liked him because he was
I know.
full of himself and he only wanted to talk about himself and he didn't
Exactly.
care about the team.
Yeah, I know.
So that's another same exact
But look how
position.
the team was doing.
Right, but I don't. This is the thing. Montreal, I don't think would be doing that much better with Weber. They'd be doing better than they are now, but still not a playoff
With
spot.
Subban.
If Weber was on Nashville, nothing would change. They would be doing exactly the same as what they're doing right now.
Yeah, because Nashville offensively, their
team is
offensive,
already
defensive
stacked.
strategies,
Yes.
and the way they play in their own zone
And
is
they're,
good.
you know, they're trying to add.
Yeah, I know.
Apparently, that's a top spot that the predictors think that Nash will go is to Nashville.
Nashville,
That would be like with the team they already have, man. Like
he would fit in well.
they're them in Ottawa. That's the Western and the Eastern team that on paper it's like it blows my mind how good their rosters are, and they've drafted so well. Both teams they have such a good like stock of players, and like Leafs they have that guy Andreas Johansson or whatever that's number 1 on the Marlies. He has like 45 points in 41 games, and he's like 10th in the AHL for scoring
on the Leafs.
on the Marlies. I don't know, but yeah. So, anyways,
Montreal?
another huge team for Montreal. They're done. The only thing you have to offer is Plekanec. Nobody wants or Mete,
Pacioretty.
Victor Met.
Pacioretty.
Nobody wants Pacioretty, and his contract's too big. Montreal's not going to be willing to part ways with him. I think because he's the captain.
They want first round picks for these guys. I heard them talking about it on the radio.
Yeah, but Montreal's also a stupid.
Same with Rick Nash.
Yeah.
Are they first round pick players? No, because what you're going to
Okay.
draft is not going to replace those
Yes,
guys.
yes,
Like, it's
yes.
not gonna,
In the same sense.
they're not first round picks as of right now. Like the way they're playing, they're not first round.
Yeah,
pick players,
but okay.
depending on where you're drafting.
Pacioretty, I don't want Pacioretty if I'm another team. He's a proven like stump. Like he's useless.
He gets his 30 goals.
Yeah, but 30 goals and 5 assists is not what you need.
I'm not talking about his
I
points.
know.
I'm just saying.
But
like,
Montreal's stubborn. He's the captain. He's not going anywhere. That's just my thing. Plekanec is going to be gone probably, and a team could use him. He'll be a great third line center on a team, like legit. But I digress from my point. First round picks, yes, because if you're in a position as Nashville is, let's say, who they're basically like first in the West, I think, or near the top, your first round pick is worthless. You can give up that first round pick. You could still pick other people in the draft, and you have a shot to win the cup with Nash. Yes. Certain teams, though, no, because if you're at close to the bottom of the playoffs,
what are you going to give up?
you have a better shot at getting something good in the draft, and you still might not make it because your overall team.
It's not
Adding
good.
Rick Nash is not going to help.
Yeah.
Throwing Rick Nash on the second line or third line on Nashville is going to be insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like your team is stacked, or throwing on the Leafs on the third line would be crazy. But he's not going to the Leafs.
No, I wouldn't want his contract.
The Leafs are going to end up picking up a defenseman, a mediocre defenseman that nobody's really have heard of but is stable, and some draft picks.
It's going to be a guy that Babcock likes.
Yeah, I'm good with the
only
Leafs. The Leafs keep going on your draft pick hunting, buddy, because all you keep doing is bringing in gold. Everything has been gold so far. Just keep it going.
It'd be nice to draft like a good backup, like a rookie backup goalie. Not dissing McElhaney, but I'm just saying in the sense of
Well, you have that
having
other
somebody
guy.
that
Who's
can
the other
grow.
guy they have?
Sparks.
No, they have Sparks is good too. The problem with Sparks is he has the potential to be a starting goalie in the NHL, and I don't know if being a backup is gonna do anything for him.
He doesn't even play.
I know that's worse. He's
Yeah.
a trade piece.
He's like 25, 26.
Yeah, but that's nowadays in NHL. Unless you're drafted like amazing, like the best goalie ever out of the draft, you're not playing until you're 25 or 26. But who's the other goalie that they got in that trade? They made a trade with Colorado and took their backup goalie.
I remember what you're talking about, but I don't know who it is.
I literally don't. It's not Pavlek, but it's someone like that.
I don't remember.
Anyways, The biggest thing I want to talk about is the Islanders, who have so much offense and absolutely zero defense and no goaltending. And out of date with Grice and Halak, they should be decent with two good goalies. And
So if you're the Islanders, would you trade a first round pick and pick up Nash?
Fuck yeah.
And then would you try to wheel and deal and sign Carlson?
No. Carlson's staying in
Then
Ottawa.
they'd be stacked.
The thing is, they were a team that, like, over the last 5 years, on paper, were considered, like Nashville, to have a great defensive lineup, like Calgary. Their defense was stacked. They had so many people. They had enough people that they weren't worried about Hamonic. They got rid of Hamonic to Calgary. And then they kind of just didn't play any defense. And
yeah, like they're never like a bad. They've never like been a bottom feeder in a while.
Not since Tavares has been there.
So like it's not like they're a bad team. It's like, do players want to go there and play?
I think if you have Tavares, Barzal, and you keep Bailey, players are going to want to go there.
That's another thing too, right?
Like, you're by going there, adding it, and New York is like not a small market, I know, and they're going back to the island where they belong, where the real fans are. You're in a special.
They're in Brooklyn now, right?
Yeah, they're going back, and you're in a special place in the island. The Islanders have a rich history of hockey, even though for like most of the '90s there was nothing there. Their team wasn't great, and nobody cared about them. But like, this is the thing I don't get. Everyone's sad when you lose a sports team, Quebec City. I'm looking at you, Winnipeg, and then you get a new team. I mean, you lose your team, and now you're all upset. Well, you didn't support the team. Montreal Expos, you didn't support the team. Of course they're gonna leave. There's nobody there. Nobody's watching it. There's no viewership. The stadium's empty. No one's buying jerseys. Like that's why you lose your teams. You go out there and you support your team. You buy tickets. You watch the game. That's how you keep your team.
Now what's gonna happen? Seattle's gonna get a hockey team.
Seattle's gonna get a hockey team, which I'm okay with that. I've always said Seattle, Milwaukee, Quebec City, like the northern Portland. I would like to see those places get a team because they're in an area where there's nothing and they have winter. It's an important factor in hockey. Teams like Florida don't need a hockey team, but regardless, I like the Panthers too, and I'm worried that the Panthers are going to get taken out of there because the way that nobody goes to watch the games. If your stadium holds 20,000 people and you average like 12 to 13 for 5 years in a row, you're probably gone.
Yeah.
And like when you're in the position like Arizona, where you keep going from stadium to stadium to stadium, like they have a lot of stadiums in Arizona because of the college teams and the basketball team and like everything. So the Coyotes have just moved from stadium to stadium to stadium in different cities in Arizona. Never go to Phoenix. Put their stadium in downtown Phoenix. Let them play in the same place as. Actually, it's not a
Suns.
It's not a hockey stadium. It's the same problem that they had with the Brooklyn Nets stadium. It's built for basketball. Hockey, the stadiums, if you see them, they're an oval shape, and then they add seats for basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Basketball stadiums are
square.
They have angles. What's that? I don't know that shape.
Octagon.
Yeah, octagon.
Kind of,
yeah.
Longer sides,
like a rhombus or something. I don't know, but yeah, they're
Trapezoid.
built like that so that this court is easier to see for basketball. But for hockey, it doesn't work. There's seats. The seats on the corners of those spots are blind spots. You can't see a huge chunk of the ice from those seats.
Too.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I would like to see the Islanders do well. I actually am a fan of them, and
Me too.
I really like Tavares, and he's not going to leave. So
You don't think so?
No. That to have your name go down in the annals of history.
I know.
And I'll run past. If you get your name in the rafters for the Islanders, that's special. Look at the guys there: Mike Bossy, Dennis Potvin, Trottier, probably like Pat LaFontaine. I don't even know if he's up there. I don't really look into it. Maybe I should do it more. Like their team has a history. It's like Edmonton. To have your thing in Edmonton, even how much they suck, is like special. To be
Yeah.
You know, it's like being a Leaf and getting
you're
your name
put up
raised.
with like superstar alumni legends. Like it's not like it's.
And you're hanging in the greatest team of all time stadium, you know, like the teams that are special. Like being in Arizona, getting raised Shane Doan as an Arizona Coyote, that's not special. It's not at all.
Individual, like for himself, it's special.
Yes. But at the position they've built in their career, the career as a team, the history of the team,
Pretty bad.
even going like 50 years from now, no matter what happens on that team, even if they win a cup, they'll never have a chance of being a team that's special. Because of how many years you were so bad.
They'll have like a year special team, and that's about it.
No, but
like,
when you
if
look
they
back
win
at the history of
something.
Arizona, no one's ever going to be like, wow, good job, you got
Shane Doan, he was sick. Remember him?
Shane Doan, Phoenix Coyotes.
Not raised.
Not raised. I need some more time to destroy Edmonton. Like, Connor McDavid is so good, and the rest of your team is so bad.
Like, in a trade, like, you don't have any pieces to move to acquire pieces that'll help your team.
Well, yeah, teams will take guys like Lucic and Maroon and stuff, but realistically, for the prices that they're being paid now, nobody's going to want them.
Like, Plekanec, if he goes there, that'll be good because it'll take Draisaitl off his center.
Yeah.
And he could be like a second line center.
Or you can actually have a third line for once.
No. They don't have enough for a third line.
Like, they're brutal. Okay, I also want to say not only how bad they've been doing. They need 16 points to make the playoffs. There's 28 games left. Okay, so 16 points is 8 wins. But that means you would technically need to get 8 wins in a row.
Well, the other teams are
and
losing.
the 7 teams ahead of you would need to lose
lose.
8 games in a row, which is not going to happen.
No. I don't see them making the playoffs.
They're not making the playoffs. And the saddest part is that they guaranteed a win. Did you see the highlights from San Jose yesterday? How good McDavid and those guys were playing together, and San Jose dominated them. There was a breakout from the zone, 3 Edmonton players, and I think Pavelski. The Edmonton players are trying to pass it around to get it out of their zone with one guy there, and the one guy does a stupid no-look backhand pass right in front of his own net, right to Pavelski.
I saw that. There's
Why
3-0.
Wow, why would you do
At
that?
the first. I don't know, man. They're playing like trash.
There's one defender and 3 of you. You couldn't just skate out of the zone. You had to pass it around 10 times and do a no-look pass in front of your own net. Talbot was like, I'm done with this team. You see the look on his face. Like, he's cheesed. Him and McDavid guaranteed the playoffs, and they're not making the playoffs.
No.
No way. Montreal's out. Ottawa's out. They're out. Vancouver sucks now, proving that I was right in the beginning that their team is trash, but they have a good future with some
I
of
heard
those
Jack
rookies.
Eichel like died, broke his leg or
Oh,
something.
if you see the fall, he like his leg twists
In a way
and
it
bends
shouldn't
this
bend.
way, and then he falls on top of its crouch, and then his legs both like pop out from under him. It's so like he got hurt,
That's crazy.
and yeah. So I don't know. Boston's been on fire.
Yeah, they're tearing right now.
When are they gonna fall back to earth? Because that team, like when you look at it, there's nothing special about them.
No, but they're the same team, and they've never been bad. Like, they've never been that bad. Like, and they have McAvoy, who's a great addition on the defensive end. Like, they've added anything.
And they got
something.
Jake DeBrusk.
Yeah, like
And they got that other
doing
rookie
bad.
too.
They're not doing bad. I don't think they have a bad team at all.
Yeah, but it's not a team that you look at and you're like, this is the top team in the East. This is
No.
like they're like
Yeah, yeah.
they're like a 7th.
But if you look
team.
at the other teams in our division or in the East, they're a better team.
Marchand and Bergeron aside. Okay, but I know Pasternak's good, but Bergeron and Marchand aside, when you look at the Leafs have a way better roster.
Yeah, but you're talking about like
People.
So you're talking about players that are like, you're talking about the Leafs who are young, growing, talented, skilled players with a great coach, and you're comparing them to players who are like 27.
They have
30.
a good coach too, though.
I didn't say they didn't have a bad coach. Let me finish.
Okay, sorry.
So they have a good coach.
They have a good
They have
coach
an older
too.
team, but they're still all skilled
No,
veteran
they're
players.
not that old.
I'm not saying they're all.
I
They're
don't
like
know.
26 to like 30.
Bergeron, Marchand are like, let's say 30, 31.
Yeah, I'm saying they're like average age. Like,
And Pasternak's young still. They're yeah, okay. I'm
I'm
not
not saying
disagreeing
they're
with you, but I'm
old,
saying
but,
when you
like-
look at that, you don't say, "Wow, that's top."
no. But the way like it's hard to say that they're that bad.
But at the same
Like, I can't say
time,
they're a bad team.
if you look at Tampa Bay, you could say the same thing because Kucherov is just breaking out this year. And
Last year.
towards the end of last year, but previous to like before the playoff run last year, or they don't think they made the playoffs, but towards the end of the season, you would never have said Kucherov even has that much potential. You were like, okay, he's gonna be like Pacioretty, a guy who's gonna score you 30 goals and that's it. But he's
How long
proven-
has he been in the NHL?
I think this is his 5th season.
Really?
Yeah,
Was he always in
I'm pretty
Tampa?
sure he rookie contract, and then he signed a bridge contract of 3 years. So he's on next year's his last year of the contract. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he was always on Tampa. He got drafted by them. They drafted well. They drafted Plot. They drafted Johnson. They drafted Point. Yeah, they're a good team. But until you saw what they became now, you never would have looked at that team at the beginning of the year and been like, yeah, they're going to be
But that's a team that the Leafs are going to grow into
yeah.
in like
But
4
better.
years.
The Leaf
5
players
years.
have more potential, I think.
Yeah, I
a
think
lot
so
more.
too.
But their biggest problem is Hedman went out, and if you've seen like the 5 games they played without Hedman, they were awful defensively.
Yeah, I know.
There was no coordination on defense. Once you get past Strawman and Hedman, there's not much there. It's kind of like they're going to add a defenseman, I guarantee it.
Is Sergachev there?
Yeah. The way that they look right now, they're going to definitely draft pick and prospect for a high defenseman. A high one, not like a garbage. They're going to get like a Shattenkirk player.
I don't know. Stevie I?
Yeah.
He's done a great job there.
Yeah.
The Ben Bishop trade was worth it. Like, there was so much, like he made some good moves.
Those
he put together a good team.
The former player guys that were like the stars of our days of hockey are showing really good potential. Like Brendan Shanahan, the moves he made. Joe Sakic was looking really bad for a while in Colorado, but then once he made that Duchesne trade, they killed that Duchesne trade. Like they killed it, and Nashville too, and Ottawa got robbed in that trade, completely robbed. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Playoff wise, Leafs are in. I'm happy. Leafs are basically a lock for a playoff spot no matter what happens because their division is trash.
They have to lose every game, and the teams under them have to go on winning streaks.
Oh yeah, because it's not. They're not worried about the other teams in the East. It's only the teams in the division at this point because of the way the wild card is.
Yeah.
You basically have a locked up spot right now.
Yeah.
And they're playing really well. Let's see, keep them going, and I don't know. I guess let's get some pizza. All right. Shout out to Caps. We need you back. Hurry up. Let's go. And what else?
We'll wrap this up. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Subscribe!